Oh, hey, we're live, and I didn't put any of my stuff away behind me. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, right? Here I thought I was gonna come on less uglified than this morning's little test live stream. And while I did paint my face a little bit, I don't think that I'm looking or feeling any more well put together. I will say that I'm feeling physically better, having now done my bouncing and my yoga and my hot and cold showering and my walking the dogs, who I'm now disturbing. And, all those things do definitely make a difference in my energy. And so it's worth mentioning. As I said in an earlier live stream, today is, hey, happy winter solstice. And I am setting my public intention to do a 10-day more intensive reset, which is well overdue for me, much needed. And I think I'm going to be self-assessing, setting one focus point, one thing to practice every day, assessing again whether I see improvement in that. And if I do, then choosing the next thing. And if I don't, then continuing to practice that. That's my rough plan. Things that I know that I need to work on include moving more, don't we all? Breathing more fully, less having less stuffiness in my breath, in my breathing. Going to be working on clearing clutter and hopefully getting my spaces a little more functional, because I know that the internal and the external environments reflect each other. And probably very most importantly, I'm going to be working on my internal thinking. So continuing to catch whenever I feel or notice an internal sense of resistance, whether it's fear or anger or just pushback, and instead of leaning into that and following it and trying to untangle it, or arguing internally, which is what I tend to do, I'm going to be practicing shifting my response to noticing that to an internal releasing, relaxing, a surrendering. I like the thought of letting the bottoms of my feet melt like butter. That works for me. I use that in snowboarding. But I've been noticing as I've been using this technique for a few days already that there's different nuances to that sensation. So the melting like butter is just one metaphor. That's my intention. I am just sharing, as I said, to hold myself publicly accountable and hopefully to share some insights as I go through the process. I will be modeling this self-assessment, review, and goal setting process on really several of my favorite coaches. But currently I've been listening to Vin Gang's Stage Academy, and he uses a 12-week framework with a rate and review, like a self-review process, which I think is helpful to model after. So even though I'm only doing a few days, I guess the distinction being, instead of setting out a pathway ahead of time, like every day I'm going to do this, or every day I'm going to, whatever it is ahead of time, it's based on having this loose framework. In my case, I'm using these pillars of wellness or fitness, and then it's self-assessing. It's setting just one thing to focus on, and then self-assessing if I see improvement in that one thing. And in my case, I'm going to speed it up on the daily instead of the weekly, although I think the weekly is probably a lot more valid of a time to think about behavioral change. This is an ongoing thing for me, so I will be demonstrating it in the 10 days. And live streaming a lot. I'm not going to promise every day because I intend to get to the snow and do some snowboarding. I am going to try to live stream every day. That said, it won't be exactly at the same time. One of my favorite times is 3:33 Mountain Standard Time, but it's not 3:33 right now. It's 2:06 my time. And I have plans around 3:33 today, so I thought I would pop on now while I have a little lull in between scheduled plans and follow up with the live streaming, do a quick recording, show off my messy afternoon hair, and yeah, I'm going to keep practicing. I hope you keep doing whatever you're into, and I'll be seeing you soon. Ciao for now.